Great rising, everybody. Great rising. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. I'm not going to go super long and deep into it, but I wanted to talk to the women, the divine feminine, about embracing your goddess energy and, just kind of give you a few tips on how you can embrace your femininity, aligning with your creativity, because the empress and the goddess and that energy is one and the same. And you will come to understand how when you really align with that empress goddess energy, how you can definitely, first of all, heal your sacral chakra and align with your creativity, because that is the where your creativity comes from, is your sacral chakra, your sexual energy. That's why I know I posted, and I know some of you guys may have seen things about manifesting with sex. When you're having high vibrational sex, because sex is a spiritual act, it's not just physical. And, more often than not, people use sex as a way to get off, release. And, of course, but at the same time, there are a lot of things that you can do spiritually using the art of sex. And I'm not just talking about sex with somebody else. I'm talking about, with yourself as well. And using that energy to manifest your dreams, your desires, whatever it is, your ambitions, to put you in an energy of healing, to allowing healthy sexual energy within us. Because a lot of us have experienced unhealthy sexual relationships. And it started for, some of us with, sexual abuse, sexual trauma, and things like that. So you want to get into the energy of healing that. I've told people, and I maybe have mentioned it on videos, that, when it comes to endometriosis, PCOS, fibroids, any invasion, I would call it, of your womb space, a lot of that has to do with unresolved trauma, abuse, having sexual relationships with the wrong people. Yes, does it have something to do with your diet? Yes, I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I'm also letting you know that it has something to do with trauma, abuse, misuse of sex, and things like that. I will tell you that I had a very large fibroid and also other fibroids in my stomach, which made me very subconscious, because my stomach was so large and things like that. And for years, my children witnessed me suffering because of the heavy bleeding and the other side effects that I had because of my fibroid. Not only did I have a large fibroid that was the size of me being like 5 months pregnant, I also had endometriosis. So years ago, when I would have my cycle, it would literally feel like I was in labor. Like, literally, it was like that. This was like 2011. No, was it 2011? This was before 2011. This was like 2008, 2009. So this was many years ago. Now, mind you, I was in the most horrible situation. I was in a very fucked up situation with a person. So I know that had everything to do with that, because like I said, every month I was getting these painful cycles like I was in labor. Now, mind you, after that situation ended, I didn't get that. Now, I entered into my other relationship, my marriage, with my karmic. And staying in that situation past its limit, that's when the fibroids came. I also had a miscarriage when I was 5 months pregnant. And so that was traumatic. And thinking back, I'm pretty sure that's when the fibroid, really developed. Because like I said, when I went to the OBGYN a few years ago, it was the size of a 5-month-old. My point is that spiritually, intentionally, my own remedies, I have healed myself. My fibroid used to sit very high up in this region of my womb space, and it's just taking up a very small space here. So I have been very intentional healing, and I haven't done this with any pharmaceutical drugs. I have done this the natural way. I have done this spiritually. So a lot of this has to do with, like I said, the things that we entertain sexually, right? And also the things that we had no control over, whether it's abuse, trauma, whatever the case is, right? So we want to enter into the energy of healing this and aligning with that Empress Goddess energy, because once that portal is open, it leads to our solar plexus, which is our willpower, our determination, our confidence. That and we will notice how, you know, the portals, as we work on the lower chakras, and I've mentioned this before, you know, the higher ones become easier to work with. They become almost like it just almost happens naturally. I'm not saying you don't have to put any work into them, but I'm saying it almost happens naturally. So I always, you know, you definitely want to tell people to work with their bottom chakras, your root, because your root chakra has a lot to do with your rearing, your raising. You store all your pain, your trauma in those lower 3 chakras. So, you know, once you start at the bottom and you move up from there, boom, you'll see a drastic shift once you start at those bottom chakras, those bottom 3 chakras, right? So with this Empress energy, this goddess energy, you guys, for those who have been feel creatively blocked, like, I want to become an entrepreneur, I want to become an independent, you know, business owner and all of that, but you're blocked creatively, you know, you can't, like, you know, what is it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it has a lot to do with your sacral chakra, you guys. It's right under your belly button. Your root chakra is at the base of your spine. And then we have your sacral, and I've talked about this, is right up in here. And then your solar plexus is right there, you guys. So you want to be definitely intentional with your healing. You want to start with eating better. I always tell people that that have issues in their womb space, start eating healthier, you guys. That is very, very, very important. If you can, move towards taking your herbs, taking certain supplements, eating, you know, fruits, vegetables, smoothies. If you really don't, you know, like, I get it, you know, but there's smoothies. There's a lot of alternatives that you can do. Also, I use castor oil packs to heal my womb. I've been using those things for a while, like for years, and I wasn't always consistent with it, but I did use them. And that's using castor oil, like a flannel cloth, and then a heating pad, whether you use, you know, and you just sit it on your womb for an hour. I would suggest doing some type of sacral chakra meditation as you're doing that, and, you know, also, there's a company, and I have not talked about them, and I've been using their herbs for months now, Helpful Blends. Women, look into that company. I'm telling you, it's very beneficial. Also, you guys, I'm going to be launching something in the next few days. I was going to say a couple, but let me say a few days that will definitely aid you on this journey of you aligning with your goddess Empress energy in healing your sacral chakra. It's very important, you guys. We hold life in our wombs, and a lot when you are pregnant with your child, you pass on whatever hurt, trauma, negative energy, whatever is going on inside of you, you pass it on to your babies. So for the ones who are wanting to have more children or just have a child in general, I would strongly suggest that this is something you put yourself on a path of doing and healing towards. So I don't want to make this video super long, you guys. So if you have any questions, I will do a follow-up, because this is very, very important, okay? Also, the products that I'm getting ready to launch, I will do a tutorial on how you can and should use them, but you go with your higher self and your intuition, okay? I love you guys, and I mean that. If you're interested in a personal coaching session or you have any questions, contact me. I love you guys. Peace. Take care.